50% clip, so almost 29% success rate. Edmonton's like at 48%. The difference between 1 and 3 is that.
It's crazy.
That's insane.
It's absolutely insane too. I mean, well, Edmonton, that's one thing that was very interesting to me is looking back at that game, because the Predators, I mean, to start this road trip off 4 points out of 6 is really, really good, especially ending Calgary's streak the way that they did to kick things off. But the loss against Edmonton, what was curious to me was how the fans reacted, which was, well, they didn't look that bad. And then Connor Ingram made some great saves, but I mean, it's McDavid and Draisaitl out there. So it was curious to see how the fans reacted to that loss, that it wasn't as bad as the scoreboard made it look, because they battled all the way through that game. They really did, especially Connor Ingram looked really, really good. And then having to go against Edmonton, and then they respond with a kind of a messy game, but they still got the win against Vancouver. That's the type of thing you want to see out of a club like this that is very young and can be scrappy and throw out all the cliches that could be said about that. But a team that can be a little scrappy like that and put together a win even when they're struggling and not doing their best, that's something to really build off of as well. And then when the power play is clicking, so many good things can happen for you, because you can have a little bit of an off game. You can have some mistakes. You can have some of those things when you know you can battle back and get it in the power play, and you have the confidence to be able to score a goal when the other team makes a mistake, and you have a good power play like that. It makes a world of difference, and you're seeing what that can do for a Nashville Predators team right now.
Phil Tomasino, I love so far, where he's at in his young career. His first game looked like his first ever game in the NHL. They gave him a couple of games off, and since he's come back, he's looked like a different guy, a guy who looks a lot more comfortable. And Phil Tomasino, I'll tell you what, I like the start through 11 games. He's played in, 8 or 9, and he's already got 3 goals.
Yep.
I like where he's at. I know he's going to have more lumps. That's just part of it at his age. But I also like the growth chart, because I think we're going to see him just continuing to get better, even though he'll experience some lows. I mean, that's just part of it. But I really like what I see so far. What about you?
I do as well. I mean, 4 points in 9 games, 3 of those being goals. And he's doing this with some limited ice time as well. I mean, against Calgary, he had 10 minutes, 7 seconds. Edmonton, 13 minutes, 31. Vancouver, 11-10, and he was able to get a goal in that. He only had 14 shifts against Vancouver. So he's still limited in his ice time. I'd like to see him get a little bit more, keep bumping that up. And I know they're trying to just work him into the system, work him into things as well. But he's showing now that he's starting to fit in. He's still going to get those moments where it's those welcome to the NHL moments in his rookie season, but he's starting to earn that confidence, and he's reacting very well. He's showing some of that creativity out there too. You continue to see that confidence grow in a prospect like this too when you give him more responsibilities. That's what I want to see more of, his responsibility. It's going to be difficult, but give him some more defensive zone starts. Give him those opportunities to go out and prove himself, because he absolutely wants to. Because what we're seeing is with young guys like Tomasino performing, I really think, and so many others probably do too, it is pushing some of these other veterans to be better. It's pushing Matt Duchene to be better. It's pushing Ryan Johansson to be better when you have other guys waiting in the wings to take their spot in the top lines like that too. That's exactly what this team has needed, is that push of young guys trying to push these veterans to be better because they have to be, or they could lose their spot and lose their ice time.
When I think of confidence right now, I think of Matt Duchene. You can just tell in his game. He leads the team in goals with 5. He had his 5th. He's gone 3 straight games now with a goal. I mean, he's shooting the puck. He just looks like a completely different guy, right? And he's aware of all the chatter in the offseason. He's aware of what everybody was saying.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like him and Ryan Johansson were, in the dark, and they've been living in a cave, and they have no idea what the narrative was on them in the offseason. And good for them, because they've responded. But in particular with Matt Duchene, what are you seeing? I see confidence. I see a guy that reeks of confidence. What do you see?
Oh, confidence is the 100% right word here. And it's not like he's been lazy or looked like he wasn't doing the right things in the past. It's just things weren't falling for him. And he's mentioned that so many times too, that he was getting plenty of shot opportunities. He's making good plays, the right plays, but goals just weren't falling for him, or the pass just wasn't falling the right place for him. Right now, that confidence is through the roof, because you're seeing some of these moves that he's making that he's probably tried before, but things are falling for him right now. And you want to push up a player's confidence is have those types of things fall into place, that he's scoring some goals, he's scoring timely goals, he's scoring overtime winners. I mean, all those things start racking up to confidence what a player's doing, and right now he's just beaming with confidence out there. You see the speed that he has on the ice, you see the creativity that he has out there. He looks comfortable in the system that he's playing. He looks extremely comfortable on the ice. And I mean, 5 points in 3 games, 3-goal streak right now, and a goal in 3 games. It's one of those things that's what you want to see out of a player like this that's making $8 million, because now nobody's breathing down his back of, well, he's an $8 million center. Is he playing like it? He absolutely is right now. He's playing more to what he's worth, and keep that up throughout the season. That's important. Same thing with Ryan Johansson. You see more confidence from him in making big plays. That's what you want to see, is those guys leading by example as veterans on this club now, is to continue to push the young ones to be better. That they push each other. Like I said in the previous question with Tomasino, the veterans have to push the youth have to push the veterans, and that getting that good balance is what makes a good core of a team as well, and that's what can give the entire squad confidence as the season progresses, because it's going to be a long one.
You're listening to the Lee Company Nashville Predators pregame show. Darren McFarland here in Nashville. Justin Bradford, Penalty Box Radio there in Chicago.